Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a really fascinating philosophy of sustainable personal growth. We're zeroing in on the framework laid out in Chapter 7 of Ryuho Okawa's text, Progress Thinking. Now, this chapter is beautifully titled Only Flight, or Soaring High, and it tackles a challenge I think literally all of us face in today's hyperfast world. I mean, we all want to grow, right? We all want to succeed and move quickly. But how do we actually pull that off without losing our minds or our grounding in the process? Well, this text offers a highly specific, structured answer to exactly that.
Okawa kicks things off with a massive jolt of energy, declaring, "Now the time for progress has arrived." The text proposes that a miraculous momentum for major advancement is sitting right in front of us. And you know that feeling, right? It acknowledges that when we see rapid development happening, whether it's in our own lives or out in the world, it brings this incredible rush of excitement. It's that sheer joy when everything finally starts clicking into place and moving forward. But that exact excitement instantly brings up the central tension of the entire text. When you are moving at breakneck speed, how in the world do you maintain control? Basically, how do you avoid crashing? The author gives a pretty stark warning here. Being in the absolute middle of a massive wave of progress is actually when you need to be the most careful, because it's incredibly easy to just get swallowed up whole by your own momentum. Which brings us right to Section 1, the energy of progress and the calm eye. This part is all about balancing two completely opposite internal forces. The text argues that in the very midst of high-speed progress, your biggest danger is just being tossed around by the raw energy of it all. People can become almost frantic or kind of dizzy with excitement when things really start taking off. But the author states very clearly that even within that maddening excitement, you absolutely must possess what he calls a calm eye. So on one side, you've got the heat of progress. And the text uses a brilliant metaphor here. It says that when people get overheated with ambition, they tend to just start firing bullets blindly into the dark. They think that as long as they're shooting, as long as they are frantically doing something, they're making progress. It might briefly cure their anxiety, but ultimately, it's just a waste of ammunition. Then, on the flip side, we have the coolness of reflection, that calm eye. This is your rationality. It's the objective self-analysis that pauses and asks, okay, where exactly am I flying? Where is this actually going to land? It's all about taking aim carefully so your energy is used effectively, rather than just acting out of sheer, undirected excitement. So the main takeaway here is this. The hotter your passion, the cooler your mind must be to stay on track. Simply put, this philosophy insists that your internal temperature has to remain incredibly cool, rational, and deliberate, precisely when your external momentum is at its absolute hottest. Because without that cool, reflective mind evaluating your trajectory, the text warns that you just won't be able to maximize all that amazing kinetic energy. Okay, but how do we actually ground this intense, rational progress in our everyday reality? Let's get into Section 2, the power of small daily love. According to the teachings here, progress isn't just about cold metrics, hitting quarterly targets, or endless expansion. Without love acting as the foundational prototype, growth is completely hollow. In fact, the text literally describes progress without love as being like an empty shell. True progress, Okawa argues, is deeply intertwined with a genuine desire to alleviate the burdens of other people and actually bring them happiness. And what's really fascinating is that he doesn't leave love as some abstract high-in-the-sky concept. He insists that this essential love is found in the tiniest micro-actions of your day. It's handing over a single book to someone with genuine care. It's writing a person's name, character by character, with total intention. He even goes so far as to ask, can you not put love into the actual physical pressure of your finger as it attaches a postage stamp to an envelope? Or maybe just in a few words of greeting during a routine phone call? By zeroing our energy in on these tiny, hyper-specific moments of care, we anchor our rapid upward flight in deep, sustainable human connection. So love isn't just a nice feeling you have. It is the practical, daily driving force of true progress. It's basically the mechanism that ensures as we soar higher and faster, we don't detach from the humanity that gives our work its meaning in the first place. And that natural grounding leads us right into Section 3, confidence backed by true ability. So how do we evaluate ourselves as we move forward? The text draws a really sharp line here between empty ego and what it defines as true confidence. True confidence isn't just believing in yourself because you read a motivational poster and feel like it. It is strictly earned through tangible results
and a genuine sense of fulfilling your purpose. If your self-belief isn't backed up by real-world performance, the text warns that to everyone else, you just look conceited and arrogant.
Now, to gain this true confidence, you have to bring back that calm eye of reflection we talked about in section 1 and use it to look inward. The author points out a super common pitfall. Our self-evaluations are usually completely one-sided. We either bust out a magnifying glass to obsess over every single failure, which just leads to a dark, depressed mind, or we completely ignore our flaws and inflate our egos. Objective self-evaluation, which means seeing yourself fairly and squarely, is literally the only way to build accurate self-awareness. It breaks down like this. Conceit relies on ignoring feedback and living in a subjective delusion with zero tangible results backing it up. True confidence, on the other hand, relies on accurate self-awareness and steady, measurable progress. It's the exact alignment of your internal ability with your external results. It's about constantly checking yourself, asking, do I really have the ability I think I do? And then just letting the results speak for themselves. This perfect equilibrium is exactly what makes sustainable growth possible. All right, let's pull all of these philosophical threads together in our final section, A Great Flight to the Future.
Okawa's vision of soaring high is absolutely not a reckless launch into the unknown. It is a beautifully, carefully orchestrated flight. Yes, it's powered by the intense heat of burning passion, but it is strictly guided by the cool, rational eye of reflection. It is tethered to reality and sustained by those daily micro-practices of love, literally down to how you press a stamp onto an envelope. And finally, it's stabilized by an earned confidence that actually matches your true ability. And that is the core message of Chapter 7 from Progress Thinking. It offers a really profound reimagining of what it means to be truly successful. It teaches us that you actually don't have to choose between moving fast and staying grounded. By maintaining a cool head and a warm heart, you can absolutely navigate the rapid changes of the world with incredible effectiveness. So as you jump back into your own rapid stream of progress today, I want to leave you with this final thought. Take a second and ask yourself, are you just firing bullets into the dark out of sheer excitement, or are you actually aiming with a calm eye and a steady hand? Where are you directing your energy today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this framework helps you navigate your own incredible flight forward.